Right. You know, obviously during those early stages, as you said, you know, I stepped back and asked my parents, what was it about?
Right.
I mean, anything special there that stuck out? Do you have brothers and sisters, Jim?
I have a brother and two sisters.
A brother and two sisters, yeah. So you've got some experience, obviously, with girls and seeing how to interface with folks other than just other guys.
And I played a lot of sports growing up. That I think that helped a lot. Teamwork is very, very important to me. And I stress that in any company I've been in, you know, we're in this together.
Yes.
One of the things I say a lot is, if you have a problem and you share that problem with me, it's our problem.
Yeah.
If you have a problem and you don't share it with me, it's just your problem, and I can't help you. And you'll have to suffer the consequences.
Right.
So share it with me.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out together.
That's a great example of teaching an old dog new tricks, because so many folks want to take it on, not let someone know they have a problem.
That's right.
That's tough to do. That's tough to overcome that, because so often those folks want to show I can handle my problems. But again, no one can do those things by themselves.
Well, that's also why I try to, the casual atmosphere means a lot to me. I think people, if they come into a boss's office and he's stiff and he's got the suit and tie on, I think it stops them for a second. And if they even stop for a second, they might not carry on. And so I want a warm, embracing, casual atmosphere that brings all that out.
I hate to highlight Larry again. One of the craziest things also that he talked about was taking naps in the afternoon.
We've talked about that. Because I think those are great things.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me you've been brainwashed.
Larry the other night said to me, I doze, but I never close.
Right.
And I think naps are great. There's not a Saturday and Sunday that I don't try to take a power nap. I think they're great.
That's hilarious. That's amazing. You know, with that idea of starting off the day with a workout, now you've changed it to ending the day with a workout, but starting off the day with a workout and really getting pumped up so you can get out and hit the office early and make a difference early on. I'm sure that's a critical thing. Now that you've rearranged that to work out at the end of the day, you're still getting pumped up early.
Oh, yeah.
You're still finding a way to get pumped up early.
I'm fortunate that I sleep well.
Good.
And I know a lot of people struggle with that, but by the time I've worked a full day and then work out, I'm pretty tired by the time I get home.
Sure. What are some of the things that stick out in I think I saw Pat Gallagher mention maybe 70-plus properties, different properties. Are there anything that sticks out now that you're beginning to get particularly excited about? I'm sure all of them are particularly exciting. I hate to drive into any of them, but anything that really sticks out that...
Well, yeah, we have 72 operating entities, which is too many. It's tough for anybody to get their arms around that many entities. What we really want to be, Greg, is a southeastern developer. Myrtle Beach will always be our home and our key, but we need to expand out of Myrtle Beach. And so we have 3 new projects outside of Myrtle Beach. And we want to be known as a premier developer in the southeast.
Yeah.
If I would give you an example of what that would be, it would probably be Grand Dunes. If you go out to Grand Dunes, which is a couple thousand-acre project, and if you start in the back of Grand Dunes, you have a country club, members club, high-end, its own private 18-hole golf course.
Oh, yeah.
You come back in, you have the resort club, which is another 18-hole golf course. You then have the Marina Inn, beautiful hotel with great facilities. You have a marina itself with a cafe on the marina.
Yeah.
You would over across the street from that, you have a tennis facility and resort.
Right.
And then across the road, you have the Ocean Club, beautiful club on the ocean, pools, ocean access, beautiful dining. We're going to put a big spa in there. We've got Ruth Chris being built there. We're going to build a Lowe's and other shops across the street. This is going to be just an incredible facility. That's the kind of thing I think is our sweet spot that we do great.
And you think Burroughs and Chapin can find other locations in the Southeast to do something similar to that? You're kidding.
We've already found 2. And I'll tell you, Greg, one of the ways this is going to happen is you're finding, just the other day a woman came up to me. Her family owns a couple thousand acres.
Right.
Some of the family members are passing away and getting older. They don't know what to do with these couple thousand acres. Well, they don't want to go to some New York public company and try to deal with them. They want to come to another family-owned company that understands their problems. That's who we are.
Yeah.
So I think that market alone of families that have extensive acreage, they don't quite know what to do with it. They know that's unlocked value. Well, let's go to Burroughs and Chapin. They know what we're talking about. They know how to do this. They're
That's
family
tremendous.
people. That's a great market for us.
That's tremendous. And of course, for you, that aspect, I see a lot of the companies you've been with have been either publicly traded or borderline publicly traded companies. You're able to really empathize, or are you
Right.
able to?
Yeah.
It may be difficult having been from those perspectives now into the just
Right.
75 days into the family-owned
Yeah,
company.
public companies are difficult. You are quarterly earnings
Right.
biased, and it's tough life.
Right,
It's
right.
great at Burroughs and Chapin that we can plan something long term. You take, for example, our pavilion site and our mall site, which are empty right now.
Right.
Well, I don't feel that I have to just go ahead and squeeze something in there
Sure.
to make some quarterly earnings
Right.
project. I can take my time, I can do it right, and make sure we put the right thing in there that everybody wants.
Absolutely.
And that's a great situation to be in.
It's got to be a tough time for a lot of publicly traded companies around the Southeast. You think about some of the folks based in Atlanta, where you're coming from, or even all over, experiencing, of course, whether they're in residential real estate or commercial real estate. A strange timing, as you say, the experience of being with a company like Burroughs and Chapin to take your
Right.
time and obviously not have to make those quarterly earnings. That's a big deal.
It's a great thing.
That's got to be. That's got to be. As you travel around, as you highlighted, many of those properties are outside of the area. Are you seeing some experiences outside of Horry, Georgetown that really tickle your fancy, get you excited about ways that Burroughs and Chapin can expand?
Yeah, these tracts of land really are everywhere.
Right, right.
And we're going to start doing more joint ventures. So another thing,
Good.
if a family came to us and said, well, we just don't want to sell it to you, we want to stay with it. Okay,
Right.
fine.
Great.
We're willing to joint venture everywhere now.
That's fantastic.
And our big project in Raleigh and our big project in Greenville, South Carolina are both joint ventures.
I did not know what's going on in Raleigh.
There's a little town outside of Raleigh called Wendell Farms.
Yes.
It's actually a town called Wendell. Well, we own 1,800 acres there in a joint venture. We're going to build a Grand Dunes type of facility there.
That's fantastic.
And they've just built new roads that within 6 minutes you can be in downtown Raleigh from our facility.
Oh, come on.
So it's going to
Within
be
6 minutes you can be in downtown Raleigh?
So it's going to be a fabulous venture.
You have some experiences in the Triangle? Do you know that
Yeah,
area?
I actually lived there for 5 years one time. So
It wasn't with the Winston Hotel.
Yes, it was.
I saw that on there, and I thought maybe it was, I didn't know if you'd worked with those folks
Bob
there.
Winston, yeah, sure.
That's fantastic. What a great area. And, of course, the Triangle's
Fantastic
got
area, yeah.
special depth. You said the other one's in Greenville?
in Greenville, South Carolina.
Is that right? Well, of course, we had read for years about a project in the Midlands, and I'm not sure about what Green Diamond's up to, but obviously there's a lot of projects, as you say.
Green Diamond's a huge project we have. We're in legal problems with the FEMA.
Hopefully everything will work out
Oh, it
well
will.
there.
Yeah, sure.
And Greenville, being in the upstate, I don't think I had any idea of the expansion in Greenville until recently when Shulman
Greenville's strong.
sent me some of the pictures of their condo and this magnificent park.
Yeah.
Mike and Sandra Hogan have a beautiful place right there in the heart of Greenville.
They've done a great job in
Carolina
Greenville.
First has been working hard to really upfit that community. As you take the doors off, so to speak, in the area and tend to open that up, the reception from folks that have been here has been a positive one. You're feeling good about that, Jim, really?
Fantastic. Yeah, the employees have really embraced me. I've embraced them. The community has. It couldn't be better, really.
Was your first job the one with the moving company down here in
No,
Myrtle Beach?
my first jobs were in Atlanta in high school.
Is that right?
But I got started. The greatest summer job is working for a moving company. That's when their big business is.
Right.
And you can get a lot of overtime hours. You can, after your first year, they usually give you a truck and you can have your own crew. So it's a great summer job.
Right.
And I was at Presbyterian College and said, well, I've got this skill now. I can pretty much get a job in any city for the summer, so let's go to Myrtle Beach. I took 2 friends with me and came to United Van Lines down here, and they gave us a truck, and we worked for the summer down here, and it was
You are
great.
kidding.
Yeah, it was
That's
fast.
hilarious. And of course, your master's degree was, it looks like in 77.
International business in 77.
30 years ago. Anything that really sticks out over the last 30 years that really has helped shape you to become where you are today?
Each one of the jobs had its own unique experiences, and I think that's the biggest thing anyone can bring when they get to my level is that I've seen it before. I think that's very important. When somebody presents something to me, I can tell them, well, this is how I saw it once before, and you might want to think about this.
Right.
The 2 international assignments were very eye-opening and very great.
One in Germany, was the other?
Both of them were in Germany.
Both in Germany. Huh? Do you speak German?
Pretty good at it.
Good,
the last assignment I had, my conversational German is very good. My business German was lacking.
A little rougher,
so I had a full-time interpreter all day long, every day. I carried an earpiece on my ear. He stood behind me with a microphone, and that would go on
that must have
7 days
strange,
a week. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
Because I didn't want to interrupt people in the flow of a business conversation.
Sure.
Gee, I didn't quite catch that.
Right.
That's how
so those 2 international experiences obviously stick out. And did you find much of your career ended up being back in your hometown?
I did come back to Atlanta a couple times.
Right.
But I've been in Pittsburgh, Raleigh, Denver, 2 international assignments. It's been a great. Washington D.C. was a great place.
Great.
Not only was that a great job, but I really enjoyed living in Washington D.C. There's so many things to do there. I still have a home there actually, and culturally that really grew me a lot. Living in Washington D.C.
You're not worried that 65 is going to be a date that you don't see here at BNC. You're feeling good. This will be a place that you'll be for many years to come.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to get a boat. I'm going to get into it.
Yeah. Those are great words. Thanks
I may get a motorcycle. Who knows?
Oh, listen to that. That's right. The spring rally is not far away. Fall's behind us. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks a lot for having me, Greg. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Jim Rosenberg coming up next. You can't beat that open door policy. You just can't beat it. Removing his own door and removing doors around him if those aren't taken off, that idea of being open to others. But this quote just summed it all up. I got to read it. If you have a problem and you bring it to me, then it's a shared problem. If you have a problem and you keep it to yourself, then it's your problem and the outcome probably will not be too good. Think about that. How many folks want to take on other folks' problems? How many folks want to take them and make them something that they're willing to take on? A great example of what Jim Rosenberg's all about. If you didn't get it the last 25 minutes, get it in town. He's got an open door policy.